Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Powers 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side is the blue Murica. We have Capedbaldy. Spawn on top right side is the red Japanese. We have red, or F1red. Or no, that's fired? That's one. I'm bad with leet text. He does have a capital 1 in his name, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. When it comes to natives on this map, we do have the Tengri Shrine to give access to the Tatar archers and the Tengri wolves, get some local doggos. You got the Sufi Mosque, give you access to Kuzba Lodge, a heavy range cavalry, which also has a lancer effect as well. Additionally, you can get a very important research, Sharia law. Got a deck here, the early cavalry deck. Doesn't have the Lee's Legion, but you may be eyeing for having the Hussars. We do now have the French immigrants being shipped on in. He also has access to German immigrants, so gets his multi-flavored villagers. And of course, General will be taking on the local kitty cat to steal his Dolder Cedarwood. Got the monks, are they called? What they're called in Japan. I can never remember the name. But the local kitty cat will go down. Blue may steal that Stoder stand. Yep, blue will steal the treasure. Japanese player has gotten a deck ranked Estendar. I don't know what that means. Or I even pronounce it correctly, but looks like overall standard Japanese. Got the Yumi Archer attack, Ashgar Musketeer attack, Diplomatic Intrigue, Daimyo Motatata. No Daimyo Matsune, but we do have Masamune. We do have Shogun Tokugawa. Increased mortar range, so a bit more mortar cards than normal in Age 3 or Age 4. Cheaper flaming arrows as well, so we may see more of a siege Japanese. And we also are lacking some of the Age 3 multipliers like an Eno Rush. Either way, do I not have the Torii Gate being deployed on field? It does provide you one free samurai and a military rickshaw. And unlike Ubisoft, there's not the one-leg Torii blown up by nuke. It's a full-on Torii Gate. We have one ship available here. Got the German immigrants being shipped on in. The French and the Irish immigrants tend to goes through the Great Lakes historically. The Scottish immigrants went through the hills, through Kentucky, while in the middle, you got the German immigrants. That's how historically it worked. And a lot of dead wildlife here. I don't really like seeing all the dead wildlife. They do degrade over time, so he is going to lose a bit of food here for food security. Yeah, he just murdered all these animals. I don't like this. He is losing a lot of food here because of this. Yeah, he may lose. Seeing how everything is like degraded by halfway, I think he just... Oh, this is bad. He lost so many of the local fauna here. It's really, really not good. Because I think all these guys are degrading entirely away without villagers collecting a scrap of meat off of them. Yeah, ugh. Don't do this. I can understand doing it to a small degree, but not that large. And not like you have to worry about, say, Japan placing shrines next to them. After all, this stuff is pretty close by his base. You can easily torch it down. I can somewhat understand doing it, say, Did this stuff over here deny the Japanese shrines from collecting up food? But this is just hurting the US player really, really badly. Got an unbearable bear here trying to steal his fragrant cinnamon quills. And now the US player's flying some hussars. Got some, of course, got the free samurai and some Ashikaru musketeers. Daimyo Mototada now on the build queue as well. Yep, look all that rot. Hussars and general moving around. The general may eye for a trading post. Though, he also tried torching some of the stuff down. Go for the Philadelphia Convention. Got a good number of Ashikaru musketeers. State militia can be an adequate counter. State militia are effectively a crossbow replacement though. And I don't have high faith in crossbowmen. Musketeer here. Barracks on the way. Villager does escape on out of there. And that boom quickly get torching down. The samurai that is still alive does offer great torch damage at the rate of 67. Got the hussars before. I don't see any village carcasses. Got 20 villagers versus 20 villagers. Has only gone for 1x2 shipment there. More regulars from blown field. He's trying to stay regular. Meeting house being established. Luke gets the village inside the town center. Has 11 villagers there, so it is max out attack. Minutemen now being brought in. He needs more regulars. Or state militia. He has some wood, so maybe state militia will be the way to go. Regulars do cost more skirmisher costing style. A bit more of a balance between the food and gold, which is actually not great. Hussars here try to push forward. Ashikaru musketeers do have good melee capabilities. And they did get some good damage on Daimyo Mototada. Got a deployment of state militia and a shipment of regulars. And maybe better just go. Does he have the state militia shipment? Maybe better go straight full state militia. State militia do have a 50% damage multiplier. They also have only 13 range, so it's even worse than crossbowman range. So in comparison, crossbowman has 16-16 with only 25% damage multiplier. These guys have 50%. So plus what, 7 damage roughly. So they do have the same base 20 damage multiplier against heavy infantry or damage effect. So not great.
Yes.
They're also slightly more expensive than state militia, but they do have a bit more health than crossbowmen. More regulars being deployed on in. Pennsylvania pound valve being researched. Oh, that's Explorer. I don't know why I thought that was Daimyo at first. Daimyo's way over here, resulting in his health regen to get back in the combat. Being employed about the Daimyo. Does have a shipment available, going for a shipment of wood. Around state militia could be brought on in. Regulars does get a follow there. General may get quickly picked on off though. State militia does take quite a bit of damage. One of the Japanese monks do go down there. The other one is plenty healthy. German state militia being, well, shipped on in. You can also bring some Minutemen.
Yes. Right. Yes.
State militia deployed on in. State militia do have the horde bonus, but don't really ever feel like it's worth it. That's just one of my opinion. Like I said, I just don't like crossbowmen, and state militia are the passive version of crossbowmen.
Orders?
Consulate now being deployed on the field. Let's see how much. He does have quite a bit of export, so he can bring some import. The back end tree could also help him out as well. Be aggressive, go for Japanese isolation, probably try to close out the game. Like, may just want to go for something a little bit more useful at the moment. As around Naginata Riders, they will be very effective for the state militia. Naginata Riders do get picked on off. More of the Ashgar Musketeers being pushed on forward. State militia being ripped apart. They do actually have less range than the regulars. Firing flag has been established here. I bring some diplomatic intrigue, effectively getting him 375 export because he's not selected a ally just yet. And now we've got this trading post being established here, which gives him access to the Tatar archers, which is a severe counter unit against cavalry, or some local doggos, which I don't know their stats top of my head. You only get 5, so I'm assuming it's very similar stats to the war dogs. Native embassy has been established, in which he has got a Tammany festival, so get out some Cree. There's some Cree French villagers. So, he's going for a lot of flavors of villagers. He has flavor number 2, flavor number 3, and here that is flavor number 4 villagers. Right now, Blue has an army of 63 versus an army of 71. He has gone for Japanese isolation, so it's going for Bushido principles. And now bringing some Chariot Orchard rickshaws. This one's almost consumed, so he needs this one. There's going to be a bit of downtime. Those Chariot Orchard has been consumed. It was quite delicious. Does not retask all the villagers back on the berries, just only most. Now got some steel traps, Naginata riders. He's also going with native allies. He will only get the Angry Shrine, which I think he'll get some Tatar archers for sure. He may get some doggos. And he may get some Cree as well. So if you can squeeze out the Sufi Mosque, that'd be great. Heavy range cavalry. Not great, just extra. Not like he's fighting against a heavy range cavalry, which is perfect against skirmishers, which he's not fighting against. Yes. There's more militiamen. Let's get some Cree trackers and some Tatar archers with the Naginata riders. These guys will get ripped apart, having a 450% damage multiplier against them at 5 damage at very high attack speed. I have no idea how to calculate their damage and how effective they are. But you got them for free, so they exist. And he didn't get out any exotic doggos. He's going for more of these archers. Nice thing about pets is they're neither classified as heavy nor light infantry. So, I suppose they're not. So, actually, no. Now think about it. I think they're still classified as infantry, so they will receive bonus damage from the Naginata Riders, but there's no skirmishers to not receive multipliers from, so the fact that it's neither classified as heavy nor light makes no difference. In fact, it makes a worse difference. Sufi Moss can be obtained. Oh, he's trying to go with the Sufi Moss. We may see some Kuz Balosh. On for a very good number of these Tatar archers. Oh, he's supplying some local doggos now. Give them all the head pats. I'm a bit curious about the stats. I don't know the stats off the top of my head. A lot of the natives units I just don't know. 10 damage and 135 health. They're basic. And infantry, see stealth. Actually, this one's not classified as infantry. So they won't receive bonus damage from lance effects. They will receive bonus effects from the wind horses, which does improve pets and cavalry units to make them attack faster. Looks like they're a little bit idle here. And overall, the more I look at them, these guys are not super great. As much as I'd like to see the pets, 10 damage is less than a musketeer melee. They also have less health than musketeer. I'm pretty sure their stats does automatically upgrade, so that's one nice thing about them. But our archers also do not have less damage for villagers like most light cavalry. So 5 damage still may be less than other light cavalry. Those villagers do get ripped apart. Here's the Kuz Balosh. They are, in fact, you can see here, they have the very rare tagging heavy range cavalry. They're also not classified as light cavalry. And range attack, they just have 12 damage, standard range, twice attack speed. So similar to a musketeer. At a bit more health, so similar to a dragoon, if I remember correctly. But their hand attack is ×2 versus infantry at 18 damage, so they're a good lancer variant with a range attack, with heavy range capabilities, so they're pretty much a counter skirmisher, to say the least, like most heavy cavalry. Which also may throw people with some loops if you get hit by a ranged cavalry. You assume there's going to be light, so they may try to pull out light infantry units to counter them, which simply would be not the case. They're more of a unit that your opponent may not know how to fight against unit, like mounted infantry and mounted riflemen. Got some of these Japanese clubmen, Naginata Res Persuade 4, got a good number of Naginata Ashgar Musketeers here. He has a good number of Kree Skirmishers, or Kree Trackers. They are a archaic archer full ×2 multiplier with excellent health at 230 60 health. A very healthy light infantry unit. Red overall is getting overwhelmed. We also got now the Shark-Tooth Bowmen, Seminole Scouts being shipped on in. So slowly getting whittled down there. The red is pursuing. The Daimyo survives and does go down there. Very important pick there. Red has advanced to Fortress A, so he has disciplined Ashgar Musketeers. They're already pretty high quality, and this makes them even higher quality. You also have the Golden Pavilion on the field, so their attacks up to 37, so they hit like a truck. Seminole Scouts, of course, another light infantry unit. I believe there are different. Oh, are they actually a Kree tracker? Wait, I get these guys mixed up? Quite possibly. Either way, he has a good number of native light infantry units. Help deal with his opponent's heavy cavalry or heavy infantry. Although damage multiplier is only ×2, which is nice and all. I suppose. Oh wait, these guys have ×2 attack speed, so that's actually really good.
I'm ready.
There's a good number of these Sharktooth bowmen. 3 trackers are just standard riflemen with really high health. Good number of heavy cavalry here, as well as heavy. Well, was Balosh are still heavy cavalry. Their siege damage is not great, but they do actually have really high attack speed for their siege damage as well. That makes a difference. Villagers trying to get gunned down. Got some Ashigaru or Yumi archers being put on the field. The Balosh would be very effective versus them. May psych his opponents out a little bit. But he still has a good number of regulars for those guys to hit.
Yes.
Got some Minutemen deployed on in as well. Advanced homesteading shipment received. Well, by 2 homestead wagons, mills and states have more line side support, 5 population. I guess he doesn't want to go out in the field to collect local fauna anymore. Japanese player loses some villagers. He's down to 31. Also got some shinobi, which are a light infantry unit, which masquerades as a heavy infantry unit. Another barracks deployed in the field. We do also have the Hussar being shipped on in, or being deployed. Or you archers. Got the monk up here. This one's just lying the ground. Eyes of Shrines, take them out. Very nice. US player probably should decide the Agion up. Almost have enough resources. A bit more coin. Going for the Virginia General Assembly now.
I'm ready.
More regulars, more Hussars being deployed on in, as well as some Balosh. Settler wagons being shipped on in, which I suppose with German immigrants and advanced homesteading. This course gives them another way to build more villagers. Very nice. You are limited to the number of settler wagons you get as US. 5 out of 5. Alright, that is 5 out of 5. Got some more of the Tatar archers, which are extremely not going to be useful since it's not fighting against heavy or any sort of cavalry. This player has enough coin to age up and needs more food. Yeah, I don't think these archers are going to be Tatar archers. Good idea. It does appear he's gotten to increase attack speed as well. Got a good number of light infantry here. The Kozbolov and Hussars will love to find those guys. Kozbolovs could change the heavy, melee attack mode, which will have higher damage output against the infantry units than the Hussars. But of course, there's only so much surface area. Right now, he's aging up with Kentucky and going for statehood. I don't know why. I have expected maybe Indiana would be better, because he has a good amount of villagers at the moment and other sources of villagers. He could actually potentially eye Indiana's free age up and try to go for a somewhat industrial age focus.
Yes.
He also has a round of sharpshooters deployed on the field, as well as some Minutemen.
Orders.
Got an army of 90 versus an army of 49 of age 3 units versus mostly age 2 units over here. US player's aged up. He needs to get his veteran research going. Once he gets that, then he can push forward. Soldier does go down there. There's the veteran regulars, veteran hussars, and the rolling artillery. And there is now opening there for blue to advance, but it's a small opening. Now it's going for the veteran Kuzbalash and Tangri. You really should get the wind horses. Increased attack speed would be very useful. 10% may not seem like a lot, but does add up. The only other, I think the only civilization get a benefit similar to this is the Italians, and that's a 2,000 wood church research, which is quite expensive, to say the least. Cavalry repeating range attack or rate of fire minus 10%. What is repeating range attack? Cavalry ledge stampede. This is a formations. Hey, look at that formation there. Maybe those are actually charge attacks. I have no idea. Does destroy some wall segments, or maybe those deleted. I think they were actually deleted. Flame arrows push right forward. Hussars trying to get those flame arrows, but they're dancing around a little bit too much. Boosters push right forward. Just has a sheer number of units, and now he has veteran research. So they push for similar quality. And red does back for the game. This is Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on the next replay.